Hi, I'm Katie Slott with Collection Development.
Missy Maines. I am a librarian at the Francis Branch.
How you doing, Missy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. It's been interesting times lately.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I think we're here to talk about some of our feel good reads because everyone needs some of that right now.
Definitely. All right, I'm gonna show you the first book. I think that I've talked about this book with you before. This is Strange Planet. This is just a little comic book. It started as a web comic. The author is Nathan Pyle. Um, and it's just some little beings. They're kind of like aliens. And the way they talk about everything is just like super overdone and flowery and formal. Um, but it's super hilarious and it's so realistic. Um, One of the things that I love about the book is the relationship between the mom and the dad alien and the kid alien. It's just real life stuff that happens, and it's done in a funny way that kind of just gives you a chuckle. So that's a good one.
Awesome. I actually have a graphic novel too. I recently read this graphic novel, Pumpkin Heads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. I was kind of in a reading rut, and I decided I needed a quick read, and because I was struggling to finish a book. So now I feel accomplished because I finished this book. But it's a story of two teens who kind of every year they work at the same pumpkin patch, but now they're seniors in high school. So this is kind of their last year, but this book kind of takes place on the last night, their last shift at the pumpkin patch. And they're really good workers, but they kind of go off on this adventure, kind of a fun adventure. And it's just the story is like really heartwarming. It's lighthearted. It's full of comedic moments. And there's a little bit of romance and kind of just a no regrets when it comes to seeking out and eating all the fall comfort foods, which I liked because fall's coming up and it makes me happy. So I was thinking, oh, apple cider sounds good, and kettle corn, and pie, and fudge, and all the things. So, it's like about endings too. So at that like moving on to different parts of your life. But this book is straight up comfort food to me.
That book will give you all the feels. I love that one. Okay, I'm going to keep in our Rainbow Rowell little theme.
Yay!
This is Fangirl, which is all about a girl who is in college and she's writing fan fiction. Her name is Kath. She's got a really interesting, quirky roommate who has a really quirky, interesting boyfriend, maybe slash ex-boyfriend. And there's a little bit of a lot of a love story. Again, this one will give you lots of feels. But it's kind of cool. The fan fiction writing aspect of it is kind of different, something that I hadn't seen when I read this. It's a little more common now. There's an interesting relationship with the main character and her sister, who is her twin, and they've always been sort of inseparable, doing twin things together. It's kind of a point in their life where they're reckoning with being individuals. And so it's challenging. It'll make you laugh, but it'll also make you cry. But sometimes crying is good. So I recommend this one.
I love Fangirl. It's such a good book. I highly recommend that one too. So my next book that I definitely just think is kind of a feel-good book is called Kitchens of the Great Midwest by J. Ryan Stradall. And this is kind of starts out bittersweet. So it's not exactly happy in the beginning, but it gets like that. It's kind of abrupt, but it's the story of a young girl named Eva who is a daughter of a chef and a sommelier, and she's kind of left on her own to navigate the world. She obviously is not like completely abandoned. She has a family, but she finds comfort in food, and it kind of runs in her blood with her, like kind of her dad really wanted to introduce her to like all the good food early on in life. So it's her journey of becoming this like really star chef, but it has a Midwest setting, which is really comfortable and cozy, and it showcases foodie culture, which I love. It makes me feel kind of warm and fuzzy inside, and then just shows how like food like is so like part of our lives and creates community. Um, and it's kind of quirky in parts and funny, and kind of features like these characters who are also related to Eva, our main character. And to me, it kind of reads like, and other people have said this too, it kind of reads like a collection of short stories in a way, but it's really good. It'll make you hungry, and there are some recipes in it too, which I always love finding in a book.
Yeah.
So, Kitchens of the Great Midwest.
I'm definitely going to have to check that one out. All right, and this one is, I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah.
The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Society by Marianne Schaefer and Annie Barrows, which is historical fiction. This has some pretty sad elements to it. I mean, it's set during World War II and the occupation of British Island. And so there are a lot of sort of rural British oddball characters in this book. It's unusual in that it's told through letters. So it's different people writing letters to one another. But the main character is a writer named Juliet, and she is looking for a next subject for her book. So she goes to this island. She sort of falls in with this cast of characters, and they write quirky, bizarre letters to each other about random daily events that happen on this island, which is occupied by the German army. And it's also a love story, brilliantly told. It's sort of a will they or won't they kind of situation. Two people being completely stubborn over each other. But this definitely has a happy ending, which right now, I don't know about you, if it doesn't have a happy ending, I don't want to read it right now.
Yeah, it is nice to have some happy endings. And yeah, I have not read that book, so now I'm gonna check that out, definitely.
Awesome.
So my last book kind of might feel weird for a feel-good book, but to me it is. It's The Martian by Andy Weir. It's one of my favorite all-time books, actually. And I know some people are like, how can a book with this astronaut who's stranded on Mars, abandoned by his crew, and just left to survive on his own be a feel-good book? But to me it is, because the main character, Mark Watney, is absolutely hilarious. He has this sense of humor and funny language that he uses. He is just ready to tackle all these obstacles that stand in his way to survive. It's definitely a little bit of it's even a little bit of thriller, but it's super, it's witty. The character's witty. It's a little geeky too, but it's, I wouldn't, like, if you don't like sci-fi, it's definitely one that you should try, because it doesn't feel, it feels very realistic, and you feel like you're right there with him. And I don't know, I kind of want to be his best friend, honestly, like. Yeah, so I kind of feel like if you were kind of tired of being stuck inside and not being able to go anywhere, well, this guy was stuck on Mars, so it'll make you feel pretty good. And just the sense of humor, I don't know, it's just a really fun story, and yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, I've seen a movie with that, and I like the book even more than the movie. The book is incredible. I love the sense of humor. It's a really good one.
I love the book better than the movie too, because there's just like some parts that the movie doesn't capture to me, and the ending is happy. So
That's true. It is. It is a happy ending.
So even though the struggle is real, there's a happy ending.
No astronauts left behind on Mars.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I have one more, and this is one I actually have not read yet. This is called Check Please. And it's the second volume of a graphic novel. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the author's name because I know I will get it wrong. Ukazu, I think, is the last name. I resisted reading this book for so long because I was like, sports ball. It's about hockey. And I was like, I just don't really care about sports ball. So
well, technically it's a puck. It's not a ball.
Sports stick, whatever. Anyway, so then I read it, and so the main character is this, not at all your typical representation of a hockey player. He's not this big beefy guy. He's a little skinny, small, gay Southern college student who likes to bake.
Nice.
And he really just his personality is just sort of larger than life in this very sweet way. And the way that people become better people around him is kind of inspiring to me. But if you want to be, again, with the food theme, hungry, this series will really do it to you. He loves to bake sweet stuff, pies, and all the time he's baking delicious things for the hockey team that he's working with. So
I definitely need to read this now. Good.
It was the pie that did it, wasn't it?
It was the pie. I really want a piece of pie.
So I'm super looking forward to the second volume, which I think wraps the series up. So
awesome. Thanks for sharing your books today.
Yeah. I think we both got some good recommendations.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for talking to me, Missy.
Yeah. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks. Bye.